I hope. Because all it says on my screen is live, so I hope we're actually on YouTube and Twitch right now. All right. Well, welcome to the first live edition of Squatchin Sports podcast.
Squatchin!
Similar to the first actual episode, we're just gonna chop it up about sports, kind of go for it because it's our first live one. So if there's glitches and we just kind of do our thing. It's what it is. It's what the show's about.
Yo, we're here for the
That's
content,
right.
Not the quality of the video. You know what I mean?
It is.
You're correct.
Live.
We'll get there eventually. Is that live? Is that your phone?
It's live.
Oh, baby.
Nice. I'm glad you guys for the ugliest background possible.
He was messing around with it before we got on.
I'm just wishing I was in Tampa.
I like that we got the logo.
Right. Ain't that dope? It's kind of covering like a third of McCoy's picture, but it is what it is. Luck of the draw. All right. So third edition of the podcast, first live one. If you missed it already, if you're on a YouTube page, I know we have it up on YouTube. I can probably get the link up here eventually so you can check it out. I'll probably make a QR code too because, we're in 2023 now. But we got our first two episodes up for the podcast on YouTube. So check them out. First one was basically NFL because it was right after Super Bowl. Got some pretty bold predictions on there. And last week we hit other sports, which we promised we're going to do. It's not all NFL. It's tough, but it's not all NFL. Yeah, boys, how was your weekend?
Easy peasy, man. Easy peasy. Girl's family came in town, kicked it with the in-laws. Yeah. Her poor designated hanger of shit in our house, which was McCoy when I was still in Zanesville. Torched there, but show weekend. Quincy won her game. Krista had a volleyball game tonight in which they did not win. So no dairy.
No Dairy Queen tonight.
No watching that. Nope. It was horrible, but they moved up a division, right? And I was this close to having a terrible on multiple levels. 1, don't play volleyball. 2, can hardly walk. So fortunately, their 6 showed up right on time for the game to start, and I was still no Dairy Queen until they get a clean sweep. I need to see all 3 matches won. Let's go. Make it rain chocolate.
What'd you, McCoy? What'd you do?
Oh, work, and we had a big sports slate of NHL and NBA this week.
Imagine
and
working
some soccer.
Weekends.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
And we're going into March with even more work. Gotta get that dynasty this year. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you going for it?
Might as well, right?
Oh no, that's right. But yes, big sports week, boys. Big sports week.
Yes, sir. We're getting close. We're getting close to that March Madness time, man. I'm excited. Love it.
Yeah, a lot of basketball income.
I saw your shit Panthers.
What'd you say?
The first time, and the Panthers are back in the years. Top 25, isn't that a thing?
Yeah, they're in the top 25. They are at 25.
Ooh.
Disrespect.
Oh, they got 25th. Hey.
Yeah.
Listen, 3 Big Ten wins. Maybe I'm being generous. It might be 1.
Yeah. I mean, ACC I get is not a powerhouse this year, but come on now. At least they're ranked. There were some people, and we'll talk about this eventually, but there were some people saying they're ranked, but they may be a team that wins the ACC regular season and doesn't make the tournament.
How, Sway?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. How? Doesn't make sense. Like, how do you win your conference and then just not be put into a tournament? Which I don't think is going to happen. That would be the first time in who knows how long. But
right,
it's going to be a weird tournament year, like we said before. I think in episode 2, there's just no like dominant source right now.
Yeah, there really isn't. There really isn't.
Speaking of, did you see the thing with Alabama? Don't pat yourself down when coming out of the tunnel.
What was
Probably
it?
had an idea.
not.
So you guys know the player that got charged with murder?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So the player that got
Which is
charged
a big thing I probably should have known.
is
He provided
the guy that supplied.
gun.
Yeah, the other guy there too, but the guy that provided the gun came out of the tunnel after that, and his intro was another player patting him down.
I mean,
stupid, but not news.
probably not. Yeah, I mean, probably not the ideal time to do that.
Not the smart play.
Yeah.
Not
Live
the
your life.
smartest.
That's, I mean, not ideal.
Yeah, but if I don't know. Kentucky now that we can't even talk about it one way or the other, because my thought on it is like, if being the homies were like, hey, I need your gun. I don't know what the hell you're gonna do with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, allegedly.
Right. Yes. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All hearsay. Yeah. Well, let's well, first off, like I said last time, I honestly, this is third time's a charm. I won't have to buy membership middle of our podcast again. I said that.
Are you sure? Because that's
I'm positive. I am positive this time. I will not have to buy membership, because if you go back and watch our 2 videos, the first one, I'm literally buying a membership within the first 5 minutes of us on Zoom, so that we can continue recording for the rest of the time. I get kicked off in 10 minutes. And then after that, I was like, all right, we're good for that one. So then last week, I said at the very beginning, I paid for the podcast. I paid for this software prior to us going on. All expenses paid. And then with 14 minutes and 51 seconds into the podcast, it just stops. It just stops recording. There's no warning. There's nothing. It says, your trial has ended. And I'm like, I paid money.
just got hosed.
What are you talking about as a trial? Right. So we figured it out. Super nice people. We're using their software now, so they're great. They figured it out. We're all good to go, and we're live this time, so we're not recording. So we should be Gucci.
You actually had a whole little sit down.
Yeah.
So what was the issue? I want to know.
He didn't know. He said,
tight.
"Yeah, he had no idea." So
He just said it's good.
Try. Right. He said, "Try."
Sir, you gave us a fake credit card.
So I jumped on, and we were finishing up, and I was like kind of chopped up the last one. All I did was just put it on record with me sitting here for 15 minutes watching the end of this basketball game. And at 14 minutes, 55 seconds, I was like, all right, cool, we're good. We got past 14:51, we're Gucci. So we're at 8. We're about 9 minutes in right now, so we're going to find out. But we should be all right.
We on it.
All I want to say is Randall's 1 point off Ian from the boost. Let's see how it's
Hello.
Laybug, birthday girl. What's up, baby? Mwah. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome, you big old 8-year-old. Oh, my goodness.
Jeez.
Love and miss you. Can't wait to see you again, sweetie. We need to start incorporating some gymnastics talk in here, but all I know is Simone Biles.
I can
In honor of
do
Lay.
a handspring now.
You can do a back handspring now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember you always tried to get me to do gymnastics with you? That ain't going to happen.
It never works out well for us.
Maybe I should bring the Yes.
All right, boys.
Do it.
So before we move on, let's just hit real quick on the ticker that we have below us that will be on here for the whole time because we ain't got to switch to Zoom this time. We got the bets that we have tonight. We got mine, which is coming through right past now. It's a little 3-leg college basketball lay. Texas Southern money line, W plus 4.5. Baylor money line, odds are plus 740, which someone make a nice, cool $85 off that one when that hits. And then McCoy's is going past right now, and I ain't gonna try to pronounce those names because I'm
let me get that last one. Let's get Anthony.
Anthony. You got that.
Anesthesiologist.
So all those players.
I'm like, good luck, dude.
All those players
That one right there.
over 1.5 shots on goal for him to hit plus 272. So we sweating those out while we're watching this, or while you guys are watching this, we'll be watching that. All right. So, I mean, might as well start off with what we usually start off with the NFL. Not as much happened since last Wednesday.
Get the scissors.
Right.
Babe, scissors. Get the scissors. Everybody getting cut. Everybody getting cut.
Dude, I thought you were
actually
actually
have to bring me scissors. No, come
I'm
on.
so confused.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you cutting, dude? You
Carson
cut,
Wentz.
Carson Wentz getting cut, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was almost a given.
I have to say this because this was an off-stream. This was an off-stream conversation. Let's go back to the first week when we did that little QB carousel, and Ian had every single person going back to the Colts. Carson Wentz is not going to the Colts, Ian. They tried it once. It didn't work. He's not going there.
They almost made the playoffs with him as the quarterback. They didn't do that last year.
Not even close.
Matt Ryan.
Not even close. I don't think Carson Wentz was as good as what he was drafted at, but I also don't think he plays as poorly as people say he does. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the year the Eagles actually won the Super Bowl, wasn't this year. He took them pretty much as far as they could go. He got hurt. Nick Foley and Dynamite came in, did what he did, you know? He should get a lot of credit for that. He almost, to me, is like, maybe borderline same talent or maybe slightly less talented Alex Smith, right? And not to say and that's not like the similarities with the injuries in Washington, although Alex Smith's was far more grotesque and serious and career affecting than what Carson Wentz's was this past season. But just like you get the teams there, you get hurt, someone else comes in and they tear it up, right? Like Cap did in San Fran. Or like Alex Smith balling out in Kansas City for a little while, you know what I mean? So I don't know if that's a good comparison or not. But I see some similarities there. Like I said, I don't think he's as talented. I have no idea where he goes. All I know is it's not the Colts, and that's my take.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. He's not going to the Colts. That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. I like that comparison, though. Yeah, I promise you he's not going to. It's because
you're not begging for the Colts.
Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go there. Jimmy G there, Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers.
Jimmy G's going to do it.
That depth chart is going to be crazy at QB.
They're just going to rotate. They're just going to rotate through quarterbers. They're going to have 4 of them, 1
week rotation.
1 per quarter. Yep. We know for a fact that Derek Carr is not going in the fourth quarter because he ain't going to. He ain't closing. He ain't closing that. That's for sure. It's me, Aaron Rodgers time. Yeah, Carson Wentz was released. That was today, so that was right now news. What else happened? Bobby Wagner was released by the Rams. Right? Cut. Yeah.
I think that's more of a testament to the state of what they're in right now than it is of him as a player.
Correct.
I mean, he's Bobby Wagner. He's on the back 9 of his career, but it's been a hell of a career. And the Rams are going to – what are you going to do? Are you going to cut Aaron Donald in free of cut space, or are you going to cut Bobby Wagner? You're going to cut Bobby Wagner.
See you later,
right?
buddy.
I mean, yeah, it's easy peasy. Right. I think if he wants to play, someone will let him play for sure. I would. Steelers get him. Not for nothing. I mean,
that would be phenomenal.
We have nothing at middle linebacker.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll go somewhere.
Do you speak? Yeah. Speaking of NFL, not about linebackers. I was on Twitter today and I saw somebody put who is going to have the best sophomore season for wide receivers, and George Pickens was not even an option.
It's because
He
he was
wasn't even-
quarterback, bro. I could have told you that. Ah!
He wasn't even an option for
Right.
He wasn't. You could have Christian McCaffrey out there throwing him balls, and he gonna bring him in. Don't matter. Like,
Right.
is
Who'd they have?
animal. Everyone but him.
Probably Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary Wilson was on there. Olave was on there. Yeah, I mean, the other was Sky Moore, and then Traylon Burks. Who are the other big ones? Falcons wide receiver. Wow, his name escaped me right now.
Drake London.
Drake London. Yep, he was on there.
Yeah,
and
so
then there was another one, but
more talented than every single one of them, bar none. Maybe Tom said Ridley. No, first off, Calvin Ridley's on the Jaguars now. But yeah, technically it's a sophomore season because he had to miss the second year. I don't think any of them are more talented except for maybe Garrett Wilson, but that's me looking through those Ohio State Buckeyes. So I'm a little bit biased. But yeah, dude, like, especially as a run blocker, like that dude will put anyone on their ass. Doesn't matter. It could be a dive play and it'll put you on your backside.
right.
But yeah, I wanted to bring this up too, and this is actually a really good segue because for those of you that don't know that well, I think Kenny Pickett is an okay quarterback, but not good enough to start in the NFL. And I think a lot of what you're talking about, Ian, has to do with Kenny Pickett. Now, what I'm about to say here is going to be controversial because it came from Matt Castle. And I'm like, dude, you're just Tom Brady's backup. You got a contract because he got hurt, and the great Patriots defense took you to the playoffs. I think you went 10-6 that year. He was a starter when Brady got hurt week 1 and what was it, like 08, 09, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Matt Castle had Kenny Pickett ranked 27th out of the 32 possible starting quarterbacks. I agree with the feed. Pickett is trash. Ian feels differently, and that's fine. We're friends. We're allowed to disagree.
100% differently.
7 touchdowns is all I'm saying.
Bro, he must be a Cleveland fan.
Absolutely terrible. 27th was too high for me. I don't see it happening. I don't see anything getting better. Here's the biggest problem is he's going to get bailed out this year also by the fact that Matt Canada is still the OC because the Steelers will not terminate a coach before the contract's up. And I agree. Matt Canada should be gone. He should have been gone halfway through the season. I don't think Kenny Pickett's the best quarterback on the Steelers roster. I've said it. I'll say it again.
He's
Thought
the
Mitch
only
come
quarterback
in.
on the Steelers roster.
I know, right? I hope Mitch gets paid, bro. I hope that man gets paid because he got dogged a little bit. Again, Kenny Pickett only got drafted by the Steelers because of the Dan Marino effect. If you guys don't know what that is, the Steelers had a chance to take Dan Marino, let him go. He went on to have a great career with the Dolphins. Pitt kid, actually from Pitt, went to Central Catholic High School, the greatest high school in not only Western Pennsylvania, but the entire United States of America. And we didn't draft him. So now they felt obligated to because another Pitt quarterback was available in the first round. And instead of doing what they should have done, which was shore up the O-line or get us a middle linebacker that could stop the run, we took Kenny Burger King Hands pick. And that's why George Pickens is not on the best sophomore list, in my opinion.
All right. So now that we're past the Jimmy Dog and Kenny Pickett segment of this podcast,
just this week. Wait till next Monday, boys.
I feel completely opposite. Do I think he's franchise? I don't know yet. I can't say he's franchise yet after one season that he got thrown in week 4 because they handled that transition and the quarterback situation this year poorly at best. If you're going to sign Mitch, you keep Mitch. Or if you think you're going to get Pickett, you draft Pickett. And then if you don't get Pickett, then you start Mason Rudolph. And like you said, shore up the O-line or whatever. So they handled that completely wrong. But they have Pickett now. And in the beginning of the season, when he first came in and got thrown in the NFL live halfway through a Jets game, which I was at, and the stadium was going nuts, which is phenomenal. Like, he had no time to transition into a starting role with the team in the NFL. Not to mention he was going through the Eagles team, which won the Super Bowl or lost the Super Bowl, but could have won the Super Bowl. A Bills team, which obviously is the Bills. Like, they were phenomenal at that time. Tough part of the season and tough time to get thrown into a quarterback situation. Now, all excuses? Sure, absolutely. But down the stretch, easier part of the schedule, sure, but still NFL teams, still teams you got to beat. And he carved, and I'm almost 1,000% positive these guys in this chat are Cleveland fans. So I'm just going to go to the last part in the last game of the season, which I was also at, where he carved up the Cleveland defense, which is garbage. And not to mention the fact that they paid their quarterback $230 million guaranteed after being out for 2 years. And he looked like he'd been out for 2 years this year. So I'm excited for next year, man. We got a young team. Hopefully DeAndre Johnson learns how to catch ball and not drop it and tip it in key situations. But
don't be surprised if they move him.
Deontay, hey, I'm all for it.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. It
might
be a draft day thing. I like Deontay. Yes, he's dropped a lot of passes, and it sounds like shit to say this, but this year he was better about the drops because 2021 was just liquid dog feces. But 63% completion percentage. Okay. 2,400 yards, 7 touchdowns in 9 picks. 9 picks. His passer rating was 76.7. No, who cares about rushing
Why not,
touchdowns?
Bro? Jalen Hurts cares about rushing touchdowns, and he was in the Super Bowl.
Fantasy football. Yeah, he lost the Super Bowl.
Are those points? Or did they
He
count
lost
points
the
in
Super Bowl.
scoreboard?
Okay,
he lost the Super Bowl.
3 rushing touchdowns. I'm sorry. I want my – see, and that's the thing. We always dog Lamar for being a running quarterback, right? We look at passing stats.
Lamar Jackson, Kenny Pickett, it's a little different.
Yeah, Lamar's way better, and it hurts me so bad to
At
say
running?
that.
At running, absolutely. Absolutely.
At winning. Oh, so 3 rushing touchdowns and 3 fumbles. That's that they negate. 3 minus 3, 0. That's the chances he should have at starting for the Pittsburgh fucking Steelers, bro. 0% chance he should be starting.
I cannot wait till he proves you wrong, bro. Can't wait.
Dude, as a Steelers fan, I hope so.
Right.
I will seriously. I genuinely, truly hope so. But nah, Neil O'Donnell 2.0. Except he won't get us to a Super Bowl. At least Neil did
He's
that.
a dog. He's a dog.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we will. All right. So NFL wise, I think that's
really the only thing that changed this with him between last week. Really, is just the two main cuts.
Yeah.
Went a lot longer because we got a little heated there, but it's all right. It's all right.
I feel bad for all the other sports when NFL season's actually going on because that's all we're gonna fucking talk about.
That's it, and that's all that really matters at that time too. I mean,
playoff podcast,
right? Playoff baseball is going to matter too, but not as much as football.
And not in Pittsburgh, unfortunately.
That's how it is. Right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, let's roll into a sport that I'm going to not talk too much about because I don't know much about it. McCoy, your time to shine, baby.
So nothing really crazy from since we talked about it last week because, we actually did bring up quite a few other sports last week with the NBA. They got back into the grind Thursday. The Joker's still the Joker. remember telling you guys he's got a double-double 12 times out of the last 22, and he's already accomplishing that almost every game. He went
Stud.
He went 40, 17, and 10 last night.
Jeez.
So there's that.
40-piece triple-double? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have watched him lately, but it looks like he's attacked by a cat every game he plays because he's bleeding out of his arms.
Yeah, the last time I watched him was never. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever actually look him up, he literally has to get tended to about every 5 minutes on the court because his arms are bleeding because people are scratching him so bad.
Oh my
Damn.
God.
Yeah, and if you look at his arms, it looks like he gets attacked by a cat.
Dude, trim your nails. Do they just not cut their nails?
Dude, I guess not. I mean, you'll see a lot of them. They wear the 3/4 sleeves. He just doesn't. He's too big. But yeah. Other than that, I mean, Russ still not playing in the fourth quarter. Goes to a new team, plays all 3 quarters, and then they sit him in the fourth and lose a game. So It's a hard team. I mean, the Clippers signed a bunch of players. They're testing a lot of things out there, so it's tough with Paul and Kawhi there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Lakers still suck later, so that's good.
love to see it.
LeBron's gonna miss probably. They're talking 4 to 6 weeks.
What happened?
His foot injury got worse.
Sprained labia.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, his right foot. So they're saying 4 to 6 weeks on him.
They're in 12th right now, too.
And D'Angelo Russell got hurt, who they just traded for.
Nice.
So
That's
yeah,
unfortunate.
hope AD's back and hold up.
Nah, he'll be out.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, other than that, that's really all that changed. Joker being the Joker, he's if you still get him under minus 200, take him because he will be the MVP.
Didn't D'Angelo get drafted by the Lakers? He started his career there, didn't he?
Originally, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hope he didn't sell that house.
Yeah, Tommy, you were crazy if you think LeBron gets MVP this year, by the way. That's just another Cleveland fan talking.
Yeah, it's the Clevelandest Cleveland thing ever.
Yeah.
So
Joker,
far, our chat is full of
the only
Cleveland
person
fans.
touching the Joker this year would be Embiid, who I just watched and lost. But yeah, that's really all in the NBA. I mean, like I said, we've only had 4 days, maybe 3 days of games since the All-Star break. But yeah, I mean, LeBron being LeBron, and the Clippers are trying to figure out how to start Russ.
Right.
I see that the 2 streaks we talked about last week are still going on. Bucks are at a 14-game win streak.
Yep.
And the Spurs are on a 16-game lose streak.
Yeah.
They have now surpassed their wins with their loss streak. Yeah,
That's impressive.
Oh, and by the way, the that 12-leg parlay, Ian, that I had tonight, the reason Melo scored 16 in the first half, 15 in the first half, and finished with 18, he rolled his ankle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, had him over 19 and a half. He had 15 in the first half.
That hurts. That hurts the bets.
Only leg missing.
Oh, man.
Telling you Milwaukee's going to win the East. They ain't scared of Boston. No one's scared of Boston.
I'll tell you what, Boston's been on it. So after this break, Tatum cannot shoot the ball as well. I can tell you that. He is currently, I think, 1 for 9 tonight from the 3.
Ball out, pimp.
He was 2 for, I think, 11 or 12 the other night. He is just not hitting his 3 ball. I'll tell you, like Julius Randle.
Generally speaking, you guys know I'm not a super NBA follower, but I do know enough about the stars and where they went to college, and like just the fact that he went to Duke. Like, I just don't want you to perform well, and like I feel bad saying that because that's like your livelihood and you got a family to support and shit like that. But like from a fandom standpoint, good.
Right.
I'm glad you're 1 for 9. Yeah, he's 1 for 8 from 3 tonight.
Yeah, and Randall did hit our boost, by the way, Ian.
Hey,
22. So the boost on FanDuel actually hit tonight. It wasn't cursed.
let's go.
So Embiid for
That's
20
cool.
and Randall for 20, and both with 6 boards. So that was a quick double up. But yeah, that's all about pretty much on NBA. The Nets are still choosing a player each night to do good. It hasn't been the same person in a row. It was Mikal Bridges' night the other night.
Never let them know your next move, pimp.
Nope, it's someone. I'm telling you, do not bet on the Nets. It's someone new every night.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Let's talkie the hockey.
Yeah, I'm about it.
Let's do it.
Um,
Let's do it. So
I mean,
starting off
yes.
with Ian's never allowed to go to another Pens game.
Hey, I'm 3-2 this year, baby. We all right? We're still winning.
Oh, nice. Damn, you've been
Was
to
that the
5.
Oilers?
5. We're gonna get another one here soon. What'd you say?
That was the Oilers game you went to, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
What was it, 6-1?
not great. 7-1.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was 6-1 until they gave Conor McDavid a penalty shot on a real.
I appreciate
Should
that
not
game, by the way.
Should have been a
Sounds
penalty
about
shot.
right.
Should have
Sounds
actually
about
been
right.
a penalty, but yeah, it was bad, dude. That was bad, like rough. Yeah, in case y'all don't know, whoever's watching, I'm a massive Penguins fan, and it hurts right now. It really hurts right now. Now, I will relish in the fact that we absolutely smoked the Lightning yesterday. McCoy. So that was good to see. That was great to see. But the thing is, I gotta see it more than just one game, because that's any team can have a night where they just pop off.
You got to see it against the Sergeant Booley.
Yeah. I mean, both teams. Penguins were on back-to-back. Was Tampa on a back-to-back too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
both
they
teams
played
were on
terrible in
back-to-back.
general, but I mean, like I said, as soon as I saw the game that we were starting against you guys in Pittsburgh with Elliott and goal, I was like, yeah, this is going to be high scoring. That second period just got carried away. 6.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the night before we played. Lost it. The Blues, and I mean, we
3-2 OT.
Yeah, should have never went to OT. We had double their shots on net, double them,
right.
and we were absolutely smoking them. And the goalie just stopped everything. I was worried that was going to happen again with Elliott.
Your guys' SOG allowance is actually pretty high.
Yeah, they shoot
A couple nights ago, we just threw on Winnipeg and Rangers. The Rangers outshot Winnipeg like 54-17. They lost 4-1, 5-1, whatever it was. Crazy. But yeah, Pens are 1 point above not making the playoffs. The Kraken, 4 points in on the last playoff spot. And then Nashville Predators. Those are the 3 teams that I will watch. I can't watch the Pens because I'm in market, which makes no fucking sense. I live in Ohio. How am I in market for Pittsburgh sports?
That's just
But they're outside the playoffs right now.
Right.
Yeah, it's wild.
Real quick, shout out to the 7 people that are watching us live right now. Appreciate you.
Damn, that's a
Share
big 7
love. Share love.
right
Yep.
here.
Yep. That's our highest ever. So let's keep
You guys are a part of history right now. You're the first 7 people to ever watch us talk shit to each other for 2 hours.
Right. Live.
Congratulations.
Live on YouTube.
I want names
Twitch,
and addresses. You're all getting thankful
Oh,
letters.
dude, we just dropped the 4. We just dropped the 4.
They said decent.
That's funny.
But yeah, Ian, I know you were at the game Sunday, but I really appreciate you guys giving up 7 goals. That was a good come up to save my week.
Oh, on Thursday against the Oilers?
Thursday, against the Oilers. I took the Oilers to have the most goals that day in the NHL.
They did.
And
They did. Hard not to.
That turned 25 into 350.
Yeah. Oh, tight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do we get a piece of that because we're Pens fans?
Right. I was there, dude. I had to endure that.
Yeah, that was probably painful, huh?
Did you leave early?
Couple icy lights.
Oh, no.
Good.
Oh, no.
Man.
Never leave early.
I don't care.
Couple icy lights.
64-3.
Dude, no. Try a couple double IPAs.
Yeah.
I ain't buying icy lights there, baby.
Icy late.
We
That's
made
money
that
worth
Uber
it
down
on
that
3.
night.
We made that money worth it.
Yeah. After you go down a couple goals, icy lights are out the window.
Is Michelle pretty into hockey?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
It's
Good,
dope.
because I know she hates football.
Not a fan of football. Not a fan of football at all. She did pick a team. She is a Seahawks fan. She likes the colors, so I'm all for it. She has a team. But yeah, I mean, yeah, she loves hockey. when we first met, she wasn't super into it. And I took her to her first Penguin game, and since then she's all about it. She's winning our fantasy hockey league right now. She's only lost
Get
one.
shit on, bro.
I knew she was. Dude, she's in it. She is like 100%. Like every day she's checking the lines, make sure people are in. She's dropping, adding people.
Damn, full steam
I
ahead.
forgot about it last week and I lost. So I'm in second.
Dang.
Yeah, not great.
Imagine.
I'm not scoring everybody by 1,000 points, but I'm in second place.
Maybe have her help you with fantasy football next year, even though she doesn't like it.
Bro, my team, I'm pumped for my team, man. I made some good moves. We got to get into that too. Once we get closer, we should pull up like our actual
Share
dynasty
screen that
teams.
shit for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
For sure, guys. If you want free fantasy advice, get fucked because ain't nothing free around here. Okay, besides America. Back-to-back
drop a
champ.
QR
This
code.
is now 3 weeks in a row. I've had a reason to plug this. Back-to-back champ. If y'all want to win your fantasy league, you look right here. Freckles and tattoos, baby. We're going for the three-peat. Like Jokic. Let's get it. Come on.
Well, we have somebody in the league that traded Patrick Mahomes for Deshaun Watson, so that kind of tells you where we're at with this little league.
Yeah.
Right
I hope he's
after I
watching
literally
right
think
now.
I made a come up for Josh Allen, this dude takes dirt and makes it into gold.
But I digress.
Shout out
Um,
Shaq, you idiot.
All right, back on the NHL.
How about the biggest
Yeah,
thing in
man.
NHL? Did you guys see Patrick Kane?
I know he wasn't with the team this weekend.
Mhm.
He's supposed to be dealt.
He's
I mean,
supposed to
would
be
you
dealt.
be?
He's supposed to be dealt, and now he's just sitting.
Yeah, till Friday. Friday's the trade deadline. So that I've heard that pretty much everything's done. He's going to go to the Rangers.
Is that
It's
who
just
it
a matter
is?
of just a matter of
I know
making
there's a
cap
couple
space,
looking
pretty
at
much.
him.
Ooh.
Yeah, which I'm not a fan of because
Instant-
can't stand the Rangers.
Instant Eastern Conference favorites?
Dude, Boston
Boston's
is
good.
a powerhouse,
Yeah,
man.
Boston's
And they added 2 from Capitals too. Like I don't know, man. Boston is good, and I hate to say that because I can't stand Boston either.
Yeah.
Boston is good.
I remember like
Boston's good.
10 or 12 years ago, whenever I was still working at the Bettis Grill, that was when Boston swept us in, I think, the first round the first round. And
Yeah.
people from Boston would just call with that stupid ass accent. Hey, is Owen there? Owen 3, you jackass. And just fucking hanging up like, bro. How do you have nothing better to do than Google fucking phone numbers for restaurants in Pittsburgh to talk shit about hockey? Like, what? Go eat a potato. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, yeah, I can't.
That's
Yeah,
great.
it's disgusting. But I mean, Boston can be tough to get past. They are, but I mean, that's why I love hockey. Like playoff hockey is like no other. It is phenomenal to watch. If you have a
Playoff
team
hockey is tight.
that's in playoff hockey,
Playoff
I mean,
hockey is tight.
there's
Yeah, I
nothing
mean,
like it.
it's a whole different world.
Yeah,
You
whole
guys
different
go.
world. I mean, I think the closest thing is probably like playoff or like World Cup soccer, just because like you don't know, like a goal can be scored whenever. Like with football, you're
Right.
driving down. Like obviously playoff football is great. Don't get me wrong, but like with hockey, it's nonstop, and you don't know when a goal's like going to be scored. Like anything can happen. It's wild. So I mean, that's what I mean. Like Boston can crush the regular season, like the Capitals did for so long, and then they just lay in
And
the
then
egg
just get
multiple
faded.
times.
Or like what? Who
Fantastic.
was it when the Canucks did that forever too?
Mhm.
They would always be 110, 120 points and get in the playoffs and just get bounced. I think they finally won a cup though, right? A few
The
years
Canucks.
ago. Yeah, with the Sedin twins or brothers.
I think they did. I think they did.
I think
does
that
ring a
Bruins
bell.
defense is just what's going to get them there.
Yeah, I mean, they have what the Penguins don't have, and it's big guys that like to hit people. And that's what you need in the playoffs, dude. Like it's a different ballgame.
For sure.
I think if the Penguins can sneak in, they can make a run because they just have experience. Like they showed it last year against the Rangers, which they should have won. If Krause doesn't get hurt in Game 5, and that game's over. They were shut down.
By the way, I was absolutely wrong. Vancouver Canucks have never won a Stanley Cup.
No. Well,
no.
I mean, just look tonight. The Bruins are playing who? The Oilers, and I mean they're holding them with their backup goalie.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, 2-1. I took the over on that one too. I don't know what the over was. Probably 7.
I mean, the Bruins could cover it. I think it was 6.5 at London.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy. I'll tell you, Ian. I was sending those unders when we were hitting them, right? And I was probably hitting them for 2 weeks, and then I missed. I think it was 2 in a matter of like 4 days, and I haven't bet them since. And these guys are just scoring goals. Yeah. The other night there was 3 games that had 11 goals.
Wow.
Like they are just
growing up. I don't ever remember hockey being that high scoring.
No.
Like I know the net's gotten bigger and everything like that, because obviously, you want people to watch it. Like we want to see teams score. Like until a year and a half, 2 years ago, I never thought I would ever watch soccer. Now I can sit there and watch a soccer game finish 0-0 and be satisfied. You know what I mean?
Right.
But unless it's Liverpool, and then I just want to vomit, which they just did. So we can get to that in a second, though. Let's.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's the scoring is going up. I mean, I was reading this is the highest I think in the past like 8 years. It's 6.28. It's come up to 6.32 now
per game.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So I mean, when I was betting, if I see, and I told Ian how my under works. I mean, I'm seeing that 6.4. I'm taking it, depending on who's playing that night. But the other night we had a 6.45, and it went over by 9 goals of total between the things. So it averaged just at 7 goals a game.
That's insane. That's I mean, looking right now, Sens and Red Wings are about done. It's 6-2.
Right.
Canucks and Stars just started the second. The Canucks are up 3-1.
Which is crazy
because the Stars halfway through. Too. And the Canucks have been reeling for a few years now. Bruins Oilers 2-1. Did you just fucking move us? Bro, that tripped me out because I'm looking at the iPad over here and I see something on my peripheral.
That's cool. I was trying to mess around to see if I could drag the logo, but it ain't.
It let me move it, I think.
The logo? That shit in the
move
that's
both
me.
of you guys.
That's you. Oh, flip-flop. Flip-flop.
I can move you guys, but I can't move the logo.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I have it on the bottom right for the YouTube. But
yeah.
And then Blackhawks Ducks, that is going to be a terrible game.
Tell me how this dude scores a goal and it doesn't do anything after. What are you doing, dude? Get out there and put it on net.
I think the Blackhawks and the Canucks might have less points combined than the Bruins do.
The Blackhawks are going to be awful for a while.
Hold on. Yeah. The Bruins have 95 points. No, they have 92 combined. That is fucking embarrassing.
They're almost at 100 points, dude. It's nuts.
Right.
It's just February's just over.
Well, Brandon Ingram.
When's regular season?
Man, I mean,
does regular season run through April, or do they start playoffs mid-April?
Like the first week of April
is when playoffs start.
Regular season. That's the end of the regular season, and it hits like mid-April. Yeah, I mean playoffs. They don't really get a break. They're like bam, right then and there.
Okay. Deadline's tomorrow.
They have a very short off season.
Deadline's Friday. Deadline's Friday.
That's the only big one I've seen. I mean, there was a couple others that were in trade talks, but I mean, obviously that's going to be the biggest one.
Yeah.
McCoy, did you do your bubbly plug yet?
Am I bubbly now?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out bubbly. Shout out bubbly.
Hooray. 3 weeks in a row, keeping this guy's liver clean.
Got to get the bubbly. We are on week 5.
Good for you.
Yes, sir.
Good old cherry tonight.
Hey,
cherry bubbly. Does it taste awful?
Spicing it up.
Or is it good?
No, surprisingly it doesn't, because most cherry stuff is terrible.
I've never had a bubbly.
Dude, bubblies are great. I'm a big fan of sparkling water.
Oh yeah. The blackberry, get some strawberry.
Someone at Bubbly, so they sponsor us.
And they're
cut out the stuff about.
I mean, to be honest with
saying
you,
it was terrible that you're drinking it.
At Bubbly,
24 of them for like $9.
No, that's a steal.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
This dude has 0 SOGs. That was a bad pick.
Where we at? What period?
They're in the second. It's what's his name? Brad. There he is right there.
Be right back. I can still hear and talk.
He is looks like he's playing defense tonight. So yeah, there's that. I don't know what's worse though, Ian. This I think Tatum did miss. I can't tell. But if I literally miss a 10-legger because Melo rolled his ankle.
Are you just cheering for something else to not hit now?
Yeah, absolutely. I hope Tatum goes 1 for 20.
Well, yeah, I had him over 30 points. Obviously, that's not going to happen unless he just goes off in this next 5 minutes of the game.
Right.
But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Literally. Oh, yeah, everything is marked.
Right. So all I got for hockey, as far as like deadline goes, I mean, obviously we know there was some moves that happened, like pretty decent moves. What I get upset about, especially right now, is if we had Rutherford, moves would have been made already. Like he would have been either adding to this team for the Penguins, or he would have
selling.
Then figure out how to get right. Something would have happened by now, but it's not. And the Devils just got Timo Meyer, who is a phenomenal two-way forward from the Sharks, and the Sharks kept half his salary.
Finesse.
You're telling me that the Penguins could have at least tried to do something like that? Like their problem is the cap.
Aren't they in talks with? Is it Arizona who has a defenseman, that young defenseman, Chychrun, or how do you say it? Sorry for saying your name wrong, bro. If you ever watch this podcast, however, if you do watch this podcast, I think you might want to find a new hobby because there's not a lot of hockey talk on here. Are they making moves for him or no?
I've heard he's an option. They need a young defenseman. Bad. Like, which is, it's just wild to me because they have Ty Smith, who is just sitting in Wilkes-Barre for no reason when he could be up here. That doesn't. He makes literally next to nothing. So, like, and he's young, and he's fast, and which is what we need. So I don't know why they're just letting him sit down there, but I go on and on about that. But yeah, I mean, Chychrun's young, and he's scores points. He's defensive. Like he's somebody they need to go out and get, whether they will or not. I don't know. But there's a bunch of other teams that are going to try to get him too. So it's going to be tough. Be tough.
We're going to definitely have some playoff hockey.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, dude, playoff hockey is another animal, man. I mean, Boston's built for it, but the Capitals won the regular season so many times and just choked. So I really hope Boston does the same thing.
Oh, I so hope they choke.
Yeah. Really bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Like I said, and the biggest thing I've noted from watching, these West Coast hockey games, these late ones, is the goalies haven't been consistent really through NHL so far. They are doing a lot of split time this year, and maybe that's why the goals are up. I don't know, but there's a lot of nights where half the goalies are backups.
Yeah, how are you getting a rhythm?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Perfect.
Thank
you, SPN, for showing me LaMelo Ball roll his ankle. Appreciate it. 2 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, McCoy, we were talking about that on Thursday when I was going to the Oilers game because they have two goalies and they played an equal amount of games.
Right.
And the guy that we were playing Thursday night was the worst of the two.
And that's the thing is they're literally, if you look at their games played, if you look at every team outside of maybe a handful, they're all almost the same. Like each goalie's playing the same amount of games. Like the Lightning are playing Elliott the same amount as Vask, and I'm like, why are you doing this?
That makes no sense.
Quite literally,
that makes no sense. Right? Yeah, Vasilevsky is top 3 goalie in the league.
And you're
By
playing
far.
out.
Why is he not starting majority
Start
of
this
games?
dude against some bum team. Don't start him against the Pens.
Right. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that was
But yeah.
a surprisingly nice, polite take from you there, buddy.
Well, I mean, I
Shocked.
got kind of pissed when he let up 6 goals in a row in a second period.
Right.
Literally, the over-under was like 7.5. I was like, oh, that seems not too bad. And then I tuned back into the game, and there's 4 goals in 3 minutes.
He was okay in Philadelphia. He was all right.
Anyone from Philly sucks.
Oh, yeah, I hate all things Philly. I just remember those games. Wasn't Brian Elliott the goalie there for a while?
Yeah.
No, St. Louis. Who am I thinking of that was in Philadelphia?
But yeah, just terrible. I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, obviously, never played hockey. Don't understand it, but I don't understand why
Can't skate.
Yeah, why we're splitting goalies this game time.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe why it's been one of the highest scoring years too. I mean, it's just the inconsistency.
Yeah. I know. It's wild.
It is insane to me how many times they've rotated. And just like that, the Stars scores. So now we have a 5 goals in the start of the second period. That game is probably going to go to 8 or 9 goals too.
Look at that. Turn up.
Yep. Yeah. And a power play. So there's coming another goal. Insane to me.
That's crazy. I also despise Philadelphia, but shout out to my in-laws who originally were from Philly. They're phenomenal. Everyone else, awful.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Said out of
Love them.
Out there.
Every episode of this podcast so far, that was
they
your
are they are phenomenal, great people. But everybody else,
the rest of the city can suck it.
Awful. Get rid of them all.
Yeah, you're funny as hell.
All right. Well, I mean, that's all I got for NHL. Really. I mean, I think next episode will be better. That's our trade deadline because we'll have a little more outlook of like what the teams will look like going forward. You know what I mean? But Penguins, if you watch this podcast, make some freaking moves, man. Friday is the deadline. We need
get a defenseman.
Somebody, dude.
Get somebody on the phone, bro.
Grit. Oh,
you got the recording to work on Restream. You can get a hold of someone in the Penguins front office and make moves. If anyone can do it, it's you.
That clip right there.
Yeah, I'm clipping that. We will clip it. We're gonna add this to every social media platform. Make sure they see it by Friday. Get Chikrin. Go get somebody that can get in front of the freaking net like Hornquist that'll cause havoc and block the goalie, and someone that's gonna score. Get it. Figure it out. Don't care.
Go get me Hagelin, Bonino, and Kessel.
Reunite them, baby. That's all I need.
Put them back on that third line and let them cook. Let them cook like it's 2016 up in this bitch.
Dude, all I'm gonna say, and like I just don't understand why it hasn't happened yet, but like we need a player that is going to get in front of the net and just be in that zone where it gets like the goalie messed up. He can't see stuff. He's getting frustrated. Be in the way. Yeah, exactly. And they just don't do it. And it makes no sense. But that's what they need. I mean, that's exactly what they need in this deal. That whenever you're captain, literally your franchise is the guy that gets in front of the net to do that. Like, there's a problem. He needs to be a guy that's creating the plays, not trying to interrupt the goalie. But I digress.
Always plug the bubbly.
All right. Yeah, it's enough hockey for now. Figure it out next week.
Go Kraken.
Get your backup goalie out of the game.
I think this is a good time to transition to soccer.
Shall we?
What do you think, Jimmy?
I mean, I'm down.
Yeah.
I know stuff and things. So real quick, we'll do the MLS plug because apparently Cleveland is getting the 30th expansion team for the MLS. I think next season. Either next season or the year after.
They just came back on Friday, Saturday?
Just came back over the weekend. Yeah, there was supposed to be a full slate of games. Some games got canceled because apparently the Pacific Northwest got, well, not as far up as Seattle, but Portland got absolutely pummeled with snow. So their game got canceled. I do have an affinity for Seattle sports, with the exception of the Seahawks, because that is the one sport where you will never take away my Pittsburgh fandom. So the Seattle Sounders on top of the league right now because they just beat the absolute living shit out of Colorado 4-0. But yeah, that whatever. The MLS is coming around. More people are getting involved. More people are interested. I'm sure that is helped by the U.S. actually not only making the World Cup this year, but advancing to the knockout round. I don't know. It's not a top 5 league in the world. A lot of the best players in the world come there after, because at that point, no one cares that their career is done, and the money that they can get here is far more than anywhere else. And like some of these dudes are making hundreds of millions for their transfers, right? So we're just going to go right to the Prem because that's the best league in the world. Fucking hell, Liverpool, man. Like just when I think we're turning it around, boys, you have 2 big 2-0 wins in the Prem. Real Madrid comes in like we talked about last week and absolutely dog walks you at Anfield. Even though we played to a 0-0 draw on what was that, Saturday, we moved up in the table, so on to 7th. Just a tough time. A lot of success lately. You deal with injuries this year and shit like that. That's how it goes. But we can go ahead because I got a few locky locks for y'all, because I know McCoy has a band of degenerate gamblers that we like to appease, and sometimes I get hit up for that information. So Ian, whenever you're ready, let me know and I'll drop them. Boom, right there. So tomorrow there are 2 games in the Prem. Liverpool is playing Wolves, who have played them well lately. But it's about as must-win of a must-win game as a must-win game can get. And Arsenal are playing Everton. And that just does not bode well for Everton at all. Fuck you, McCoy. Arsenal are shit. But
Jersey's
they are
in
the top
now.
of the table. They have a very, very, very good chance to win their Europa League this year too, which is, again, like that second-level tournament from all the top clubs in Europe, or top leagues in Europe. So they might get some hardware there. You got to keep winning, though. City's right there.
They're
And now
right.
United's creeping up. Like, huge game this weekend. Also, Saturday, take the Chelsea and Leeds under, because it's probably going to be set at 1.5, and combined, they're not going to get that. Chelsea can't score. They're one of the most history teams in the Premier League. Very good for a very long time. They just can't score. When you lost to Southampton 1-0, ooh, you gotta figure that shit out. And it doesn't look like they are. Leeds, again, a lot of people love them. They have some bright young American players on there. Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, Brendan Aronson. I want them to do well. It's just they're not there. So don't be surprised if that's a 0-0 draw. A lot of good games Saturday. I don't really feel comfortable about anything else as far as telling you guys what to spend your money on, because I'm not a big gambler to begin with. Ian, shout out Beckles. Yes, 1-0 as a new founded Tottenham fan.
You will win Sunday, baby.
Let's go Tottenham. I watched the game, man. I watched
Against
it.
the team I hate, the big threes.
Was that the first soccer game that wasn't World Cup that you sat through beginning to end? How'd it feel? Honest thoughts?
Felt good. I gotta get into it. I mean, I gotta learn more about it. I gotta watch it more, be honest. I mean, there were some times where I was like, on my phone, because I didn't know what was. I mean, I knew what was going on, right? But like, I don't know the in depth of like great pass or what a penalty. When we were texting, obviously throughout it and what I can't remember what it was. It was the guy. What's his name? I don't remember what his name is. He kind of I thought he punched him, and then he came in and was like,
"Oh yeah, that's slap Ziyech."
Yeah.
So
and
that's the thing they gave
cash scratch.
So if you look at it, like watching the replays after, the referee goes right for his pocket to give him a yellow for that tackle, right?
Yeah.
But then dudes come in and they shoulder each other because they're soccer players. Can you really fight? You know what I mean? It's like Jake Paul. Are you really a fighter? No.
Took the L.
But he comes in and the ref was going to give him the yellow right there, and this is what the announcers were saying too. So they gave him the red card for the smack or slap, whatever you want to call it, and then VAR looked and said no, it's only a yellow, but it still should have been a double yellow, so he should have been removed from the game anyway.
Right.
Obviously, that's not what happened. Didn't matter.
Yeah,
because the Spurs dog walked Chelsea, which again, anytime I can see Chelsea lose, it's a good day.
Every
But
time
I'm
I
also
see
at
the
the-
big threes lose, it's awesome.
Yeah, well, listen, Arsenal hasn't been relevant in a very long time, buddy. So
Looks good. Hey, both jerseys, by the way, shout out Max. Both jerseys are ordered.
yeah,
Yeah,
Max is Max the soccer kit plug.
yeah. I got the gold one. The one I don't know if you're gonna be able to see with the image there.
I can't. No, you're lost in the ship, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, in the ship.
Ooh, that was fire. Yeah, it's very difficult to see.
So the gold,
Are they both?
the black and gold one,
Yeah.
I did in Martinelli, and then I did the blue one with mine custom.
Oh yeah. What's it say on the back? Johnny Cakes. 66.
So yeah,
Or did you just get McCoy?
now I got McCoy with 6.
That's tight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Arsenal are really good. I think is Max. Are you watching right now? If you are, let us know somehow without me conducting a seance to know. Max is a really big United fan, which I respect because he's been a United fan since way before Ronaldo was there, so that's cool. But he and I like to go back and forth, and Liverpool and United play this Sunday. And I don't know how it's going to go, if I'm being completely honest. I'm a little bit worried. We are at Anfield, which normally I would feel good about. But like I said a little bit ago, we got dog walked by Real Madrid. So that's going to be tough. But if we can win these next 3 games, it'll be a big 9 points. Wolves should be a win. Man United, we'd have to pull something out. And Bournemouth, like I said, I think Ian, I was telling you earlier tonight, Liverpool beat Bournemouth 9-0, or maybe I was telling you McCoy
Bournemouth's
earlier
terrible.
this season. Bournemouth, well, they got promoted this year, so they weren't even in the Prem last year. And frankly, for them to not be 20th is a testament, I guess. But
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So they were promoted this year, right?
Yeah.
Is there almost like not a trial period, but is there a amount of years where you can go without being relegated since you were just promoted? It's just bam. You're welcome to the big leagues, boy. You better perform.
Better figure it
Yep.
out.
It's pretty dope.
If you finish, and I'm sure it's happened. I haven't been following it for long enough to see it personally, but you can finish first in the championship, which is League 2 in England, get promoted, finish 20th in the Prem, and you're right back down. So it doesn't matter. They don't care. They don't discriminate. If you're 18th, 19th, or 20th when that final match week is played, so when everyone's played 38 games and you're there, you're down. There's only ever been in the history of the Premier League one team that has ever won the Premiership after getting promoted earlier that season, and that was Leicester City Foxes, 14th in the table right now. Everton have not been relegated, and I want to say it was 70 years. They came this close last season to getting relegated. Won on the last day to stay up, but they're in the relegation zone right now. So that's what's crazy. If you look at the bottom half of the table, I guess don't count Southampton for a second, okay? Because they're sitting at 18 points. But you look at Bournemouth, who are 19th, and then you climb all the way up to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace has 27 points, and Bournemouth has 21. So it's still like there's for almost everybody has 14 games left. Some have less, or some have more. City is the only team that has less, and Tottenham. But that's a lot that can happen. Like no one's safe. I would say even all the way up to like Chelsea. So like 10 through 20 could potentially get relegated. I think the three that are going to go down this year are probably Leicester, Bournemouth, and Southampton. I think Everton will find a way to stay up. I think Leeds will stay up, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're looking like in the Prem.
McDavid's an animal.
Who?
McDavid just scored another goal.
Yeah, he's out of this world.
Yeah.
Out of this world.
But yeah, United also shout out United. They won the Carabao Cup over the weekend.
Yeah.
Newcastle 2-0. So their first trophy in 7 years. Which again, another team with a great history. Whatever. That's all I'll say nice about them. Fuck United. Rashford's a beast. It's going to come down to him or Erling Haaland for Player of the Year. Hey, there's Max.
Back at the 5, baby.
Yeah,
Back
GG
at the 5.
Man U.
We were at 2 for a little bit.
GG Man U. They're dominating a lot of people. They played in the Europa League against Barcelona, 2-2 at Barcelona. Came back and played them at home, and we're down 1-0. Found a way to win 2-1, so they moved on to the next round. Good for them. That helped my ultimate team in FIFA a little bit, so that's cute. Yeah, they still have a pretty good chance. I think it's going to be a 2-dog race by the end of the year, Arsenal and Man City, to see who wins the Premiership. But at this point, you're just hoping Liverpool can get into 4th, right? Because you're not catching City, you're not catching Arsenal, you're not catching United unless you can beat them this weekend and just go on a tear. So we have to win all 3 of our upcoming games. That'll put us at 45 points and need some other folks to lose. We got to win big too, because what they look at if you're tied in points is goal diff. And right now we're just behind Tottenham. They're plus 11, we're plus 10. But Ian, I love the plug for the Spurs. What's great is I mean, it sucks that they've already played each other twice this year, but I can't wait to do our podcast the week that Arsenal and Tottenham play each other. And just watch you two pretend like you know what's going on and just go back and forth
one
with
shirt that I just bought over the weekend. Make sure I wear it.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that was a nice sweatshirt though. It looks comfy as hell.
It does.
It looks comfy as hell. Surprise of the week. We are gonna switch it up real quick. We're gonna go to the La Liga. Listen, I told you guys to take Barcelona, and I would tell you that 100% of the time again in that situation against Almeria. Like, there's no way.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way that Barcelona playing as well as they played all year, plus 37 goal diff. Not only that, you're on top of the league over Real Madrid, who have just been dominant forever, and then you lose to a bottom team. Like Almeria is 15th in the table now, and they were in the relegation zone before that game. So, I mean, shit. Like
I told you, I mean, their past 5 games, they were just getting destroyed.
Right. Yeah, even worse. Who was it? There was Girona that put up 6 on them.
Yeah, they got put 6 on them.
Yeah.
They just didn't show
I don't know
up.
if they just took a day off, or maybe they were feeling that hangover from losing to Man United. I don't know what it was, but sorry if y'all lost money on it, but I would tell you the same thing to do it again. They've allowed 8 goals all season. 8. The Pens just gave that up in one night. It's a way smaller net.
Way smaller net.
Oh, I'm so happy that parlay missed another leg. Thank you, Jason Tatum, for
There
sucking.
you go, buddy.
You got ejected.
French Ligue 1. There was a big game over the weekend. Marseille and PSG. PSG absolutely dominated, 3-0. That was 2v1, respectively. So again, PSG probably going to run away with the league. Ligue 1, kind of a joke. If I'm being honest, you have Mbappe, Neymar, Messi on the same team. Plus, you're not even talking about their backline with Nuno Mendes, Sergio Ramos, Donnarumma, keeper. They're stacked. And League One is, how can I compare this? So you have the Premier League. It would be like MLB teams in the Prem playing AAA teams in La Ligue or in Ligue 1. And even that might be generous. But then you have like one really, really good team. Does that make sense? Is that a good comparison?
Yeah.
You all following me? Bundesliga, big Dortmund guy over here, Sebastian Aller, killing it after coming back from cancer. They're now level on points with Bayern Munich. But Munich have a plus 25 advantage in the goal diff, 43-18. So the only way you're going to win that league is with points because Munich just scores on absolutely everybody. They're really good. They're coming up next week. They're playing PSG in the Champions League. After leg 1, they won 1-0. So that should be a very good game to look out for. I want to say that's March 7th. Let me double check here. But yeah, Champions League is where it's at because that's when you really can talk shit. You know what I mean? Anyone can win their league. But if you win the Champions League, like you're beating the best of the best that Europe has to offer. And you're just going to you get to hoist that trophy, you know? Yeah, they play on the 8th. I was wrong about the 7th. They play on the 8th. So whoever wins that game will move on to the next leg. There is another – I can't remember if it was the Europa League. Let me check real quick because there's another game coming up that should just be a lock. What are we at today?
While Jimmy's looking that up, real quick,
Yeah,
I'll
go
say
ahead.
it vocally. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live. Or if you weren't watching live and you watch this, just the recording that we'll have on YouTube and Twitch, we really, really
hearts.
honestly appreciate you guys.
Big hearts, love the
and
support.
gals.
This is for the
For
live
sure.
guys. This is for the recorded guys, and this is for all y'all. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Mwah, smooches.
For real. It's
Appreciate
crazy to think that there's 4 people watching just us 3 BS back and forth about sports. Like, for real.
Right.
Shout out to you guys.
Truly
And
do
girls.
appreciate the support. That's a great plug in because I think that does need to be addressed. Otherwise, we're just 3 schmucks talking to each other, which we would do anyway. But the fact that you guys are watching and interacting with us is so cool, and we appreciate it. If there's ever anything like you guys have questions about shit, or you just want us to like talk about a certain topic or a certain team, I can trash the Cleveland Browns until I'm blue in the face. So please bring any and all questions about Cleveland Browns to us. But yeah, John, you guys in the Europa play Sporting PC from Portugal. If y'all don't win both them games,
You play a computer?
it might as well be. Seriously, it's like playing the AI team. If y'all don't win both those games by a hefty margin, call Max and tell him to get you the fucking receipts for the jerseys because you just need to disembark. Just leave Hobie, find someone else, start cheering for Norwich or something like that. Also, something that's not covered very often are the lesser leagues in England. And I am also a Sheffield Wednesday fan. And them boys just keep on winning, baby. Let's
Sheffield?
go. Sheffield Wednesday. They are top in the table, 71 points, 3-point clear of Plymouth. 1 and 2 get promoted, so they'll go from the third league to the second league, barring something crazy happens. So keep on keeping on, boys. That's all I can say. Proud of you, the Owls. And that's all I got. Serie A, I mean, we can talk about it real quick if you want. Nothing really crazy going on there. Don't be surprised if Napoli win the Champions League. That's all I'll say. They're playing out of their mind. Their attackers are so good. But, yeah, I just don't know who's actually, like, for real going to be able to stop City. But every big tournament they go into, they just choke. And it's been that way for quite some time. So they'll win a bunch of premierships and have under Pep Guardiola. But I don't know if they'll win the trophy. So, yeah, that's all I got on soccer for this week. Cool.
Good stuff. That's a great thing. Is there's always something every week with them.
Every day, honestly, everywhere. Like, I don't watch much Iranian or Nigerian soccer, but damn it, they're playing. So,
right, for sure. I didn't look at it, Ian, but I'm sure it's probably up, and I'm sure Jimmy loves this topic about sports. If he's good there, we can wrap into the controversy on the little white ball side.
Oh yeah, y'all can do your golf thing. Go ahead.
First week of Live Golf. What an embarrassment!
Wasn't a great leaderboard.
Wasn't a great leaderboard. I don't know how much of the tournament you watched on the good old CW now.
Let's go. We made it. We made it.
But wow.
Yeah, I mean,
terrible.
Definitely wasn't the greatest leaderboard, obviously, but so I mean, those of you that don't watch golf, I mean, if you don't play golf, I don't think you watch golf anyways. So if you watch golf, you obviously play golf. There is as of last year, there's a league called LIV or Live, which is basically a competitor, or they're made to be a competitor to the PGA, which there hasn't been in, like, I don't think in any other sport, a league made to compete with another, like, prime league. Like, obviously at the NFL, there's XFL and like USFL.
Yeah, I don't
right?
think there's one that mainstream, like, that they're taking players
Right.
from.
No, they tried.
Yeah.
They tried with American football in the past.
Yeah.
But it just fucking flopped.
But I don't think there's been it would be like literally if the XFL came out, and I think the reason why though too is just obviously that Saudi money. They came out and they literally bought these players.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally are giving these guys $50 million a year. Like,
I would. Yeah. Well, so let me ask, if you guys were on the PGA Tour and Liv said, "Here's eight figures." Let's say bottom 8 figures, 10 million.
Signed.
Okay, thought so.
Yeah.
Signed.
I mean, so Netflix just came out with that.
Oh yeah,
Full
shout out
Swing,
Full Swing.
like,
Amazing.
Awesome. I binge watched all 8 episodes. Fantastic.
Yeah.
But they have a part where, like, they're talking to these players about the PGA versus Live, like Dustin Johnson and Ian Poulter and all them. And I mean, Dustin Johnson literally said, like, he's won majors. Like, he's put his name on the PGA already, and he's coming towards, I want to say, the latter half of his career, because he still plays well, but, like, he's won what he's needed to. If somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, I'm going to pay you upfront money to come play golf. You can wear shorts, like, whatever. You don't have to really attend to, like, I guess there is a dress code still. You're wearing golf stuff, but, like, you don't have to wear pants the whole time. And I'll pay you guaranteed money to do the same thing you're doing right now." I mean, like, I'm signing that line. Like, regardless of, like, what it is. It doesn't mean, like, hey, I'm supporting this. Like, I mean, come on. I'm signing that for sure.
For
and
sure.
It's still golf. Like,
Because there's nothing guaranteed in PGA, right?
No,
You
and
have
that's
to
the
make the
thing.
cut.
I don't. I mean, Jimmy, I don't know how
Yeah.
much you watch, but I mean, Full Swing is a great series. Even if you don't watch it,
recommend it.
you like sports, it would be a great thing to watch.
Yeah,
I
I
also
fuck with it.
Shout out Netflix.
just sent you guys the video to explain the whole weekend of Live this past weekend, and I'll share on our Twitter TikTok channel. But it is literally sums up the Live tournament.
So when you guys say it was terrible, was it just like bad golf?
Watch that video I just sent you.
Well, I wasn't going to do it on stream, but
It's 5 seconds.
this is as interactive as I can be with fucking golf, homie. Answer the question.
It was terrible. He hit
Okay.
the ball literally 10 yards in front of him, and it rolled back to his feet.
Is this like a professional golfer? Like
Yeah,
someone that was on the tour?
Ian Poulter.
Oh. Well, it happens. You ever seen
But
people?
so yeah, you watch Full Swing, right? You know, JT, my number one favorite is episode 1. Compete, and they show, you know, they go across and they explain it to these people, you know, they don't get paid. They go out, show up to a tournament, and if they don't make the cut, they make $0.
Right.
And they had to pay.
They pay for it.
Fly out there. They had to pay for hotels.
Okay. That was going to be my next question. Who covers that expense? So nothing's covered by the PGA Tour.
No, it's all them.
Yeah. Damn.
And that's what they talk about, you know. And I think it was episode 2 or 3, and I forget what it is, but obviously my number 2, you know, Brooks Koepka.
Koepka.
And
number 1.
He literally explains the itch, right? So he had 17 to 19, I think they explained it in there. He was just winning. Yep. And he got the itch for it and was making so much money. And then he literally fell off and he couldn't place in a tournament. He couldn't make cuts. He was missing cuts.
Damn.
They show in Full Swing, like he literally would go home and he'd sit there and would zone out. His wife would be talking to him, wouldn't listen to anything. He was lost. He lost his itch. And he explained his main reason for signing Live, because even if he doesn't place there, is he is going out and making millions to play the game of golf. And that was it. I mean, he was at the end of the day, he played these tournaments and he was coming with $0.
Yeah, right. Plus, I'm sure that helps you relax too, because like if you have a couple tournaments in a row where you don't make the cut, no matter how good of a golfer you are, everything in between here, you're just
it's all mind game too. I mean, it's literally a game of fitness too.
All mind game. It's wild, dude.
But yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Phil Mickelson did his thing on the Live Tour this weekend. You know, sucked as normal. Second highest paid. DJ.
That's the name. Yeah.
So is there still like a purse though too at each tournament?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The winner got paid $4 million. Charles Howe. He got $4 million for the win
on a planned weekend.
So how it kind of works, I mean, their contract.
Is it still Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
No.
So they do it's a little different. Mm-hmm. They do Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, they do Friday, Sunday. Sometimes if they do, like, say, for instance, like if they're during the week of a big tournament, they'll do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They were smart how they made their schedule.
You mean like a big PGA tournament?
Correct.
So they don't lose viewership.
Correct. And they were smart this week. It ended on Sunday. The PGA tournament was absolutely awful because there was no big names in it because they just all came off of the big tournament from last week. So that's the other thing too is Liv's lining up their schedule. They're not going to go schedule a tournament the week of the Masters.
Well, yeah, you can't compete with that.
Yeah, they're just they're going to
no way.
That could be
plus
another,
some of their players are going to play in it too.
Yes, because they can still play in the majors. Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for real?
Yes, the majors. The majors. If you won them, you're almost automatically in them.
So it's kind of weird how they do it.
Because does PGA have a? They don't have a CBA or anything like that, do they?
What do you mean?
Like collective bargaining agreements? So, like, is there any type of litigation that says, you know? Okay,
so
it's not like a conflict of interest for them to go play and live.
No, so you have to earn your tour card.
Yeah,
there is. Yeah, sorry, there is a conflict of interest to go play and live because like they can't play on the PGA Tour like events that aren't majors. They're not allowed on those.
They can't. They can't play in any PGA
majors.
Correct.
Yeah, but at that
they can only play in the majors that they qualified for. Why they were in the PGA.
Okay.
So if you're
Okay,
new
that
to
makes sense.
say you're these kids, so Liv signed a bunch of guys out of college, right? They signed the number one guy out of college, I think number 3. Those guys will never be able to go play the Masters, the PGA Championship, any of that stuff.
Unless they left Live.
Because because they never
It's not like you're Pete Rose banned for life. Right.
They never qualified for those majors.
Yeah. So let me get this straight. Live guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm.
You play 54 holes as opposed to 72, which over the course of a year, think about how much wear and tear that saves on your body. And I can still play in the PGA majors that everybody knows if I've qualified for them in the past.
If you've qualified for them, there's only I would probably say there's 7 total people on Live that can play in those majors.
Yeah. Fuck it. Give me the bag.
And on top of it, even better, they play what is it? I think they expanded to 11 this year, right?
What? Like the
tournaments.
amount of tournaments? Yeah.
They only play 11 tournaments, Jimmy.
Chilling.
You know how many you play in the PGA?
Isn't there one like every weekend almost?
One every weekend you can play. Yeah. There's a lot.
Yeah.
So there's one every weekend, but you have to play in at least 14.
Correct. And that was DJ's biggest thing. He's won tournaments, he's won some majors. He wants more time with his family. That was his big thing. It's a celebration every time they win, though.
Now those 14, it doesn't matter if you make the cut or not, right? In the PGA, as long as you enroll in the tournament.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Does Live cut too, or no?
No, it's just 3 days. So Liv's This is the great thing about Live. So even if you have a bad first 2 days, so they do a team atmosphere too. So they're on teams. So like the big name guys have their own team. So for example, like Brooks Koepka has his brother on his team. So they go out there and day 1, they take their top 2 scores.
Team, baby. Smash Golf Club, baby.
Yep, Smash Golf. They take their top 2 scores of the 4 players, right? So not only does everyone place on their normal leaderboard, but there's a team leaderboard. Okay. And the top team gets, what is it? I think first place is 1.5 million additional on top of their thing.
So you could be the individual winner and be on the winning team in double dip.
Yeah, last year the 4 Aces, which was DJ, they had multiple tournaments because most of the time, if you won, most likely your team's going to probably win too.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they were winning $4 million and then getting an extra $750,000 from their team finishing a piece too.
Damn. I say for 3 days of work, but like I understand the lifetime of
Oh, for sure, and I mean that's what it comes down to. So they have 4 players. Yeah. Day 1, day 2, they take the top 2 scores. Day 3, they take is it 3, right, Ian? 3 of the 4. I think it is.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 of the 4. So for example, like Phil Mickelson shot terribly day 1, day 2. They didn't need his scores, but on day 4, only one person on that team can do bad. You know what I mean? Because they have to take 3 scores. So it does put a little bit. It does help the guys that had a terrible first 2 days still have to compete for their team, and they can finish dead last and still make $750,000 from their team. Plus, last place pays $200,000. So, but obviously, you have to qualify. You have to qualify too.
Okay.
The Saudi League has qualifying events where you qualify to get into those tournaments. Just like amateur golf, PGA, you got to qualify to get your card, then you got to qualify to get to the Masters, stuff like that. So there is qualifications to it. Shout out Donald Trump also. That's where a lot of Live tournaments are played.
On his courses.
Yep.
Why not?
It's money. It's a great thing. I mean, but on the other side of the spectrum, I mean, the PGA is still doing their thing. I think it's opening so many doors. The purses for PGA is so much higher this year. Mm-hmm. They're paying these players more now because they're realizing. So before, like first place was getting like maybe 1.2 mil, right? Mm-hmm. They're having these big tournaments. They're getting paid 2 to 3 mil now.
Good.
Which shows you that that was their biggest thing is where was this money going, right?
Yeah, right.
One of the biggest things. You have a 4-day event, all this money going out. What are you doing with it? Where are you putting it? And the players weren't getting it, so they're getting paid more now. You're seeing people come in third place and fourth place getting $1 million now. So it's definitely helping it. It's definitely competitive. There's still plenty of golfers there. John Rahm, Ian knows we've been watching, is absolutely dominating golf right now.
He's an
Dude's
animal.
filthy.
He's an
Filthy.
animal.
Absolutely filthy. But yeah, I mean, it's opening up stuff. I mean, Tiger and Rory, they're starting to create their own league too. They're making a thing.
So Tiger finally realized he'll never get the most majors.
Oh
So
yeah.
switch it up.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, watching him,
It's like average.
the golf game needs him though. They really do.
Oh, it's yeah. I am not a big
drastic
Tiger
difference.
fan.
I mean, he played in this tournament this past, was it 2 weeks ago, and their viewership, everything is so different. I mean, it's Tiger
So much
Woods.
better when he plays. Yeah.
It's Tiger
Dude,
Woods.
it doesn't matter. what
Best golfer
tournament
ever.
you're in, like he has his own. No matter like what leaderboard it is, he has his own section in like every leaderboard. It's
Right.
like here's everybody else, and Tiger's shooting this right now, and like ESPN,
Oh,
same
wow.
thing. They have it on the bottom on the ticker. It's like Tiger could be like missing the
39th.
cut.
Yeah.
They're still going to show it. It doesn't because
Of course.
it's just Tiger Woods.
And I mean, I've watched golf for so long and watched him for so long. I mean, you can see the difference. Obviously, it's not there. And he says he's in a different slot of swinging now. He's not out there trying to hit the ball as far as he can. He still does. He still outdrives them all. But he is in a different slot. He's putting different shots in place because he has to worry about his ankle, his back, his leg. I mean, the dude almost lost his leg. So I mean, he talks about how he has to swing at a different pace than he's ever used to.
Do you think he ever wins another major?
Major,
It's a question for both you guys.
Major, I don't know. I think he can win another tournament.
I don't think he wins another major.
I don't think he wins a major though. There's just some guys.
Not with the people that are out there right now, man.
No,
yeah,
I
I mean,
you get Rory on a good week. You get John Rahm, Max Hama's coming up. You got JT, you got Jordan Spieth.
So just for reference of
Scotty
how
gets
much
back.
John Rahm, just for reference of how much like John Rahm dominates. He's played in 6 events right now. He has 3 wins, and he has placed top 10 in all 6 of those events.
God,
Dominating, dude.
Absolute animal.
Yeah,
And like
no shit.
being from the United States of America, typically I root for the United States people to win these things. But like, I mean, it's hard to like hate on John Rahm just because of. I mean,
Is he German?
He is Spanish.
Dude, the dude's great. I mean, they were playing in a tournament 2 weeks ago, and literally, I think they were tied, or I think he was 1 ahead of Hama, which I wanted Hama to win. I also had money on him, obviously. But John Rahm literally laced a par 3, almost hole in 1, game over.
Oh wow.
Just a freak. But yeah, I mean that's the problem. I mean, you catch him on an off day, maybe, but like he said, past 6 tournaments, he's placed top 10 and won 3 of them.
Yeah.
It's
that's
hard
a
to
big boy
make
bag.
a tournament, let alone just be that dominant. And that's the thing is like Tiger might be able to come out and win one. If he would have played this past weekend, he might have won. Those guys were terrible.
They weren't great.
No, but yeah, I
weren't
mean,
great.
I don't see him winning a major. There's that field just too great.
Yeah, but I mean to speak on like this Live versus PGA like controversy, the creation of Live Golf has like progressed the PGA for the players tremendously. I mean, this would have never them getting more money. Like they have to play like 14 events now, but like them being able to get paid more money to do this and whatnot would not have happened without Live Golf starting. Never. So like and they were saying how like, oh, you're only going to Live for the money. Well, obviously, like
why else would you go? Yeah.
Right. If they would have paid them less, you think they would have went to Live? Absolutely not.
Right.
Why would you? But like, so the players that are on the PGA and like, obviously, I mean, I love golf, so I respect anybody that's on PGA because I wish I could do what they could do with the golf ball. I wish I could do that. But like, for those that are like saying or bashing the people that are going to Live, like they went to earn their money, which is phenomenal, but they're also making this so much better for you guys in the PGA Tour now, making all this money for playing these tournaments.
And that's
Plus,
always
you're
my
used to it
battle. I
from
mean,
majors.
with people, that's literally always the battle is they're like, oh, Liv's terrible. And I'm like, they're making the PGA so much better. John Rahm said it best the other day. He goes, listen, it's their decision. I don't full on agree with it. But at the end of the day, he's like, it's making a more competitive atmosphere and a better PGA.
Right. Absolutely. And like PGA still has they still have their young stars. So PGA is not going to go
that's the
anywhere.
thing. Jimmy, I know you don't know many of the players, but the PGA really didn't lose a ton. DJ, he was there, but he's phasing a little bit. That was the biggest guy they took was Phil Mickelson to start. He was never competing really in tournaments anymore.
Right.
DJ, he was just chilling, winning a tournament a year maybe. Their biggest guy they took was late. I think it was 4 tournaments in to Live last year, and they took Cameron Smith. He was the number 1 golfer at the time.
That was big.
He
had just won the Players.
Yeah, he just won the Players. He literally won the Players and then signed it. He literally won $2 million tournament and then went and signed with Live.
Kind of a tight flex.
Yeah.
Kind of a
Shout out, I don't know if you
right
watched Ian. He hit a wood off of a cart path yesterday and put it within 5 or Sunday. Yeah, Sunday and put it within 5 feet of the hole off of a cart path.
Nasty.
Yeah. That was their big signing. I mean, Brooks Koepka, like I said, he was not winning tournaments when he left. Ian Poulter, not winning tournaments when he left. The guys they took weren't really winning. DJ was winning here and there. Cameron Smith was huge. I mean, but outside of that, Kevin Na, everyone hates Kevin Na. He's the slowest golfer in the world.
He's real slow.
But yeah, you'll have to look up. Their team names are absolutely awful.
They're not great.
Yeah, I mean the 4 Aces is dope. DJ going with the 4 Aces was awesome. What is Bubba Watson was the other one. He's what are they the
Range Goats?
The Range Goats.
It's real corny.
Yeah, they're all corny. It's like when you went and created your Madden team and you wanted to put like the school logo on it.
Yep. That's all it is.
It's like exactly what I would think middle to late age white men would name their golf teams.
Yeah, it's like when I think that actually better yet, it wasn't Madden. It was NCAA when you could create your team and you got to pick like the yellow dominance and then
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what their team looks like.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean overall it's great. Dude, one of the people you'll probably like the best is Pat Perez. Jimmy, dude, look him up. He showed up to the first tournament wearing a suit that had money all over it because he got paid.
The Conor McGregor of golf.
Oh, dude, he is literally. You look him up, you would not.
Look at this dude's mullet.
Yes. You would not think he was a golfer.
Tight.
He is on the winning team. The one tournament they won, it was the best thing ever. Patrick Reed, Taylor Gooch, and DJ dominated the golf tournament. But Pat Perez got paid because he was on the winning team. And DJ literally goes, yeah, we won this tournament this week. No thanks to Pat Perez. And Pat Perez says, well, I guess I'm buying the drinks tonight with my $750,000. Yeah.
He looks like he plays curling.
Right? He looks like the American curler.
He does. He does.
But yeah, I mean, so and I haven't fully watched this yet. I don't know, how much you know about it, but I don't know how the teams work. I don't know if they redraft every year because it was weird. The 4 Aces, I mean, I didn't really they're not my favorite team because obviously I knew they were going to be the dominant. But they got rid of Taylor Gooch. Did not make sense to me. I just don't know if they redrafted and he wasn't able to get him. I didn't watch that part.
I don't know if they drafted or not. I didn't watch the part either. But I know they talked about it like when I watched the first round of Live on Friday.
I feel like they didn't draft because everyone had the same teams, but there was only a couple players moved.
Yeah, Matt Wolf, that's on Smash. He was on, I think he was on 4 Aces.
He was on High Flyers with Phil.
High Flyers, yeah.
And that's the thing.
They were like going back and forth.
Gooch won them tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know how that changed. I mean, like I said, it was the first tournament. It was kind of sloppy. I don't know, just what you would expect, I guess, from that kind of thing. The difference too, also, Jimmy, when you play golf on the PGA, they tee off and then someone else tees off and then someone else tees off and then someone else tees off on the same hole. Live, they all start on different holes and they all go at the same time.
Yeah, it's a shotgun start. That's what they call it.
So say there's 18
Like
groups.
separate holes as your teammate?
No, in a sense, yeah, but like
Oh.
they put the foursomes all on different holes and everyone goes at the same time. So like PGA, normally the winners go last and they finish last, like the better groups. In this, they all start at the same time and they all finish at the same time because they all start on a different hole and they end on the other hole. So they still play
So
the
you're
same.
not watching golf for 12 and a half hours. You're watching
Correct.
golf
You
for
watch it
4.
for literally 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
That would make it more bearable for me. But as someone who's just absolutely terrible at the sport and had no exposure to it growing up or anything like that, like I've played 18 holes of golf once, and I shot a 138, and I don't think I kept score in the last 4 or 5 holes. You know what I mean? Like
it makes it good and bad. So
not
like
my thing.
Yeah.
the good is like it's very fast paced. You can watch a lot of stuff. The bad part is say you watch somebody hit a good chip shot out, you might not
They
be able to
switched
watch
over
it.
to someone
You might not
else.
be able to watch his putt because they're on someone else.
Right.
I could see that too. Yeah. Now, if I could have somebody soft toss it to me in the tee box, and that's an entirely different story, bro. I'll be dropping bombs,
You would get smoked.
but I'm very bad at golf. I'm extremely bad at golf.
But yeah, I mean, I
We've
think
all-
that's the biggest thing.
We've all
I
got
mean,
our limitations.
I think that was the biggest thing from this weekend. At least they got a TV deal. I don't know if CW's it, but at least they got something.
Hey, it's something.
Hey, that would breathe some life into that network.
Yeah, right.
Unless you're into Malcolm in the Middle reruns, which great show. But.
So I mean, we'll see. It's going to be fast paced. It's a party. Literally, that's what Live Golf is. They have DJs. They literally have. After the tournament ends, it's like a music festival.
It's kind of cool.
So it's a great thing.
Cool. And there's music playing the whole entire time.
Yeah, music playing the whole time.
You can hear the music in the background, like playing. It's pretty.
It's like a rave, dude.
Oh, PGA would never.
What do they call it?
Right.
They call it live and what is it? Loud or what is it called?
Live Loud or something like that.
Yeah, Live Loud or something like that. So literally, they're just jamming.
Hey, I'll be right back. Keep talking.
Yeah, it's literally a party for these players. They're out there just literally jamming, playing, having a good time. They can wear shorts in this league.
Yeah, you said that earlier.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that was a rule. I didn't know you had to have pants on at all times at the PGA Tour.
But yeah, overall, like I said, I mean, it's good competition. Like I said, any of these PGA players that hate it they're just flat out not smart. Like I said, if you watch Full Swing, you get behind it. It's kind of cool. Like I said, JT is one of my favorite golfers. Jordan Spieth's top 5 for me. They're best friends. They talk about how, like, you know, they would never sign a deal with them because they're so down to, you know, the PGA. They came from a very rich background. JT's actually his grandpa is the one that ran Zanesville Country Club.
Oh, no shit.
And then his dad came out, and then JT was here because his grandpa, I think it was last year, passed away. So they were up here for that. But yeah, he grew up. He went to not Cincinnati, somewhere in Kentucky. I'm trying to remember the school, but he went to Kentucky, and so did Jordan. So they've known each other since they were 12, and they've played together. And now, literally, they live together, house by house in Florida. They literally share like 2 holes.
Oh, that's cool.
But Jupiter, Florida is where all the big golfers live. Tony Finau, Brooks Koepka, Ricky Fowler, Jordan Spieth, JT. Tiger has a house there. There's just so many golf courses there. I think there's a total. I think they said like a professional golf courses. I want to say there's like 22 there. Not that they play on a tournament, but like actual like that are where amateurs play. But yeah. So they show like literally they wanted to go out to play the PGA tournament, right? So Jordan and JT flew out literally earlier that week on a private jet to go practice around in Oklahoma because they have their own jet. They literally just fly and go play these tournaments. And they were out there. It was kind of cool. They were playing for like, I think it was like $250 a shot. They were losing. And Jordan Spieth absolutely dominated them, right? Absolutely. I think he won by like 5 strokes.
Oh, wow.
And then they went and played the tournament that weekend, and JT won the tournament. So, yeah, it was a pretty cool show. But, yeah, definitely recommend Full Swing for anybody out there. That's all I pretty much got on that, Ian. We got some big tournaments coming up here soon.
Dude, I cannot wait for the Masters.
Dude, for real.
April, right?
real soon. Real soon. Yeah, the majors are like it's
The
just
majors
different.
are a whole different world. It's literally like
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing Liv will
I mean,
never
I gotta sit down and
touch.
watch it. Yeah,
Yeah, the Liv will never touch the majors, especially
never.
the Masters, and there's nothing like it.
No.
Right.
Nothing like it.
That course is, dude, it's unbelievable.
Shouldn't the men be coming back to Oakmont soon?
Yeah, that's
Next year, right?
Next year, 2024. Yep,
Yeah,
I will
'cause it was
be
08
there
and then
for
2016.
Yeah, dude, I hope next year like we'll have enough viewership where like we can do like a live stream from like the US Open. How dope would that
That'd
be?
be tight. That'd be pretty tight.
How dope would that be? Like, I'm not talking like we'll be sponsored by the PGA to do a live stream, but like we'll just be in the
Obviously.
crowd live stream.
We'll be in the parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll be at my
baby.
uncle's house across the street.
no, for sure. Yeah, there's you know, a lot of good ones. We got Arnold Palmer coming up. I'm actually thinking about I just saw the other day JT opted in to play the Valspar. And I was telling Kelly the other day I might fly down and go watch it. For anyone that knows, Valspar is in Clearwater, Florida. It's one of the best tournaments to go watch for like some of the smaller players coming up. Not a lot of big players go play there, but some will. I mean, JT's obviously going to play in it this year. But yeah, the first one I ever went to, shout out Seasaki, they rented out the Hooters booth for us on a par 3.
That's dope.
And we got to sit there and drink beer all day for free.
That's dope.
Unfortunately, it was Bud Light, but free beer's free beer at some point, right?
Yep. Tastes a lot better when you ain't paying for it.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it is a great tournament to go watch. Just because really I've played partial of the course too, so it makes it even better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. You can roll into a little bit of that if you want.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I got on golf. Like I said, I mean, I know a lot of you are surprised and watch golf. Those that does, shout out to you guys because golf is dope. But I mean, I think we're touching on like a minute 50 or hour 50 now on this podcast. It's getting late, but I think we can just real quick just reference that obviously spring training baseball has started. Dude, whenever I put on the Pirates spring training game on Saturday, like it was a decent day out. I had the window open a little bit and like just having baseball on just felt great. It was just like, dude, spring is almost here.
Right? You can like start smelling summer a little bit.
Shout out to the Rays absolutely mollywhopping Baltimore today. I don't care if it's spring training.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, whatever. Shout out to the Rays, I guess.
Speaking of, dude, the goat whale is getting built. I got another leg on it, so we're working on it.
The what?
The goat whale, dude. Remember I told you we're doing this for MLB?
You said that last time. Let's touch on what is a goat whale?
A goat whale is literally a whale. It's like a massive parlay.
Okay.
So 5 to 6 legs, and it's going to be it's not my normal size bet. So like think about me and Handel refer to it all the time. We do, our unit size, is 25, 50, $100. That's what you normally bet on something. A goat whale is going to be your amount where it's probably anywhere between 4 to 5 times that amount. And it's over the entire season.
Got it.
Right now I have the Randy Arozarena multi-home run game. Just one of them in the season is in there. We have Judge under in his home runs.
Which is
55.5.
Where'd he go? He re-signed with New York, right?
Yeah. Yep. And then the only I haven't fully put it into it yet. The third leg is going to probably be Freddie Freeman over hits.
Safe one.
Yeah.
Where did he go? He's not with Atlanta anymore, is he? He's still with
Atlanta? He's in the Dodgers. Yeah, he's there last year.
Okay, that's what I thought. He went there last year. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great season. I don't know how much spring training you guys have watched, but did you guys watch the tie the other day?
Hey, the QR code.
Yeah.
Do we watch what?
Follow,
We
baby.
watched the tie because the game got called third strike.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because of the pitch count clock
clock.
and batter clock, because they have clocks now, like minor league. They're testing it in spring
20
training,
second.
but it's 20-second on each side, and literally the batter didn't step to it right, and they called it was a full count, bases loaded, 2 outs. The dream scenario for any kid.
Yeah.
They got called a strike.
So I'll say this.
So dumb.
I think the pitch clock will be great for baseball because it's going to speed it up a little bit, but that can't happen. That cannot happen.
Right,
bro.
Wait,
Like,
you're
game this
So you're
side
telling
is
me, like,
split.
in a World Series, you're going to let that happen?
Dude, right. Like, in a
It sounds like
game-deciding situation, absolutely not. There's no way. I mean, it should be shut off. Like,
It was literally the
shouldn't even be
9th
on.
inning, bases loaded, 2 outs, full count, game.
Unbelievable.
Jesus. No, I did not see that. I did not hear about that.
Oh,
I'm
and it was
very
tied, by the
glad
way.
I
I
didn't.
forgot that part, but it was tied.
You said the tie, yeah, but no. All I know is the Pirates are in
Insane.
midseason form, letting up a bunch of runs and not winning. So let's go, baby.
But yeah, I mean,
keep. Where's my Pirates hat at? It's in the other room. I'm not getting up again.
but yeah, I mean, we got a lot of season in front of us. I mean, it's in there too. I already automatically put in there, but it's the Rays to make the playoffs this year. There's value.
Oh, that's gonna kill your leg right there.
Yeah,
they're
bro.
actually I think it's 700 to 1 for the World Series this year, or 7 to
Bro,
1.
you could just take it from a regular old whale to Moby Dick and put the Pirates in to make the playoffs. You want to talk about getting a bag, boy? Could you imagine?
Right.
Kutch comes back for one last year. Pirates make the
bag.
playoffs again.
It's a bag.
It's not gonna happen. So if
No.
you got like throwaway money that you have no attachment to whatsoever,
Right.
just Pirates in on one.
But yeah, I mean, they are 7-1 World Series favorites. They're the 17. Kind of surprising, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, our pitching staff's there, so that's why. I mean, really, we got some bats. Wander Franco's back, so we'll see. But I mean, obviously the Yankees
Pirates
are
are plus 12,000 in the National League, so there's that.
to win the National.
Mm-hmm.
What are they?
Plus 25,000 to win the World Series.
Who's got $1?
Me, I already put it on there, bro. $251.
Bro, I will
on
just
the
send you
bank
my
account.
Cash App, and you can just
Is
send
he-
it to
is-
me next time.
Who's the favorite right now? I know New York was minus 650 for playoffs.
It's
But
got to be the Dodgers.
Astros are the favorites to win the World Series.
Oh yeah.
yeah, they didn't lose much.
Astros, Mets, Yankees.
The Mets are going to be
Dodgers.
nasty, dude.
No, they're not.
They're going to be
They're
nasty,
still gonna be the Mets.
dude. That pitching.
Is it though? Is it?
I mean, dude,
It's-
Scherzer and Verlander. I mean, it still can throw it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that they can't. They're two of the best pitchers that have ever played baseball, but bro, that doesn't mean the Mets are just gonna win. Like,
I'm not saying the World Series. I mean, they got a good shot to win it all, though.
they might not even win their division again.
I just hope for.
And when I say again, I'm
of
pretty
my
sure they
life,
didn't win it this
the
year.
Astros do not win it.
They looked very dominant in the postseason
I
last
can't
year.
do another year of them.
They looked very, very dominant. I don't really have any qualms with it now. I mean, yeah, you cheated, whatever, but
Yeah,
it's not like Brady.
Brady
Like,
had to
I haven't
stop in.
seen you get caught more than once cheating,
Right.
you know?
right.
So,
It's tough. I mean, it'd be a good year. A lot of pitching changes. Judge has got to see what he does again. I mean, that's a hard run to make, but he's got a short porch,
Yeah, it is.
so we'll see. I mean, if they can hold it in, a lot to change. I mean, like I said, we're 3 days into spring training. You can't judge anything off of that.
Yeah.
But I know Randy Rosarina did hit a home run today.
getting ready for you, buddy.
I just need him to hit 2 in one game.
Do they count spring training?
No. No, 2 in one game. I mean, To have it plus odds is mind blowing to me. I mean, it's obviously you got to hit 2 home runs in one game. It's tough.
It is tough, but the Pirates had 3 guys hit 3 home runs in a game last year, and it's the Pirates.
Yeah.
So, like,
until you bet
it can
on it,
happen.
they never do it.
It'll happen.
Right.
Yeah. So
It'll happen.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll have by the start of the season, we'll have one more leg into it next week, and by the start of the season, we'll have it built.
Are we on for next week still? Are we still doing our podcast next week?
So I was going to talk to you guys about that. Yeah. So I got my golf trip next week. I think I can probably pop on for a little bit. I probably won't be on for like this whole time. If you guys want to run it, you guys can still run it.
We can just do a short one. No, this is us 3. It's us 3.
Yeah. I mean, I'll still be able to jump on a little bit because we'll be done golfing by then, obviously. But we'll figure it out. We'll have something.
Cool. Short podcast next week, boys.
Yeah, we do a short one.
So,
and then I think I already told Juliana if we don't do that short, I mean we'll continue a little longer. I'll probably do we'll start doing night sweats here soon. So
yeah, that'd be dope. So just so everybody knows what night sweats is that we'll jump on at night, and we'll have our bets up where we're kind of just like paying attention to them.
As you guys can see below, I mean, it'll just be on a mass quantity for night sweats. It'll probably be Saturday nights we're looking to aim for maybe. And yeah, it'll be more magnitude. We'll have more bets down there and we'll be sweating them out.
Yep. You can sweat out with us if you want. We'll put them on our TikTok
page. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What's the link,
and
John?
if you don't have, we'll get that link.
Yeah, we'll get that link over. We got to get the our URL for it switched because our new platform is in beta testing with TikTok, so we'll see then.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
You'll love to see it.
We'll have to see.
So I got one thing. I just got one thing before I sign off. Again, Laybug, happy birthday, baby. Uncle Jimmy loves you. The great
birthday.
8. Can't wait to see you again. Happy birthday. And then, guys, seriously, so far, you're going to hear us probably say this every episode, but we're starting small, but that's okay. And that's how you start. But seriously, thank you for the follows. Thank you for the viewership. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscriptions. We appreciate it a lot. I hope you guys like the content. If you don't, I don't really fucking care, but I do appreciate that you guys watch it. Because it's just going to be us talking sports, you know what I mean?
Right.
We'll have fun with it.
On a real note,
yeah.
On a real note, if anybody has anything they want to hear or want to, want us to talk about or literally whatever, let us know. Put us in comments. I guess, I don't know if Twitch has comments. I don't really do a whole lot on Twitch, but I know YouTube has the comments too. So like just comment below and let us know, what you want us to talk about, if there's anything you want us to touch on or whatever. I know most of you guys that probably viewed are friends of ours and whatnot tonight, which is dope. Again, we appreciate the support. But yeah,
fantastic, for real.
Shoot us a DM, let us know. We'll for sure talk about it. But it looks like we've got chat in there. Hey,
yeah, everything. So
appreciate
everything
you.
on the restream tonight that's coming out is from Twitch.
Yep.
So it shows the little Twitch logo there. Yeah, from everybody. So
yeah. Appreciate
but
you.
yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it a lot.
Thank you.
Coin Beckles.
Grabbing that plug again. Shout out Bubbly.
That
Shout
looked
out, Bubbly.
honest. I swear to God, that looked like a butt plug when you just held it up.
Like that.
I swear to God, it did.
Negate what Jimmy just said. Bubbly, we would absolutely take a sponsor. We don't. We appreciate you. We
I didn't
sponsors,
mean
bro.
in general. No, it's in the background, bro. That's a great way to end it, boys. That's a great way to end it.
Yeah, appreciate all you guys. Yep, like and follow. I put my little thing up there, so get on that. Share it to your friends, family, enemies, strangers, whatever. We appreciate you guys.
Thanks, y'all.
All right, y'all. Yep.
Deuces.
Until next week. Peace out.